What's going on, dudes? County Gains back here again. So hope you guys are all doing amazing. Today, man, we got a video. It's called Average American versus Average European. So that includes Ireland, guys. You know what I mean? We are including Ireland in this. Obviously the UK and Ireland are still Europe, even though, you know, in Ireland we say mainland Europe. We're pretty much the exact same as Europeans, right? We're, you know, and we are technically Europeans as well. So just want to point that one out. This is a people comparison. So I did a couple comparisons on America and, you know, Canada and, you know, we'll say North America compared to Europe, and those videos are insane, guys. There is like such massive differences, guys. People that actually think that living in Europe is higher standard than living in North America are just cuckoo insane, guys. Like, I actually think it's that people are just, they're so delusional that they think that they can't get out of their own place because they've never been anywhere. I think it's like really close-minded people. You know, there's a reason why people travel to Australia, they travel to America, they travel to Canada to emigrate, guys. A lot of Irish people travel to Vancouver, but a lot of people in Ireland and England and Europe say, oh, it's really shit over there. Guys, it is not. It's absolutely phenomenal. We traveled to America recently. That vlog is coming out. And we traveled to, obviously I'm living here in Canada for the last like week or so. And some of the stuff is like impossibly hard to comprehend, guys. It's just the standard of living. I've talked to a lot of people who own a shitload. I've talked to a lot of guys here that are like millionaires, like proper, like I'm talking like rich guys, and they're like built, a little bit old, like 40 years old, and people that have their own businesses and stuff here. And yeah, guys, living here is just a lot easier. Everything's a lot bigger, like the people are a lot bigger, everything is so massive. It's really hard to comprehend how much bigger everything is, guys. It's just like crazy. But also, yeah, just the standard of living is just crazy, guys. You know, my whole life I used to hear like the standard of living isn't higher. I mean, guys, it's just so, it's literally delusional thinking by people in Europe that think that the standard of living is not higher, guys. It's just delusional thinking. But anyway, guys, we're gonna get into this one. There is massive differences between Europe and America / Canada. Canada is just like a small America, right? They got all the same shit here, you know, from what I can see, except on a less scale, guys. Like the stuff in America is just, it's just outrageous how much shit they have. It's on a different level, guys. I'll show you guys in that vlog, but this one should be funny, guys. So make sure to like, comment down below what you guys want to see next. I've experienced Europe for my whole life, Ireland my whole life, now America and Canada, so I'll be able to give a good comparison, guys, on a lot of different things. So I'll be doing a couple of comparison videos. So let's get straight into it, guys. Make sure to check out my Patreon if you guys want to help support the channel. And let's get it.
The United States of America was officially formed on July 4th, 1776, when 13 states declared their independence from the Kingdom of Great Britain. This was centuries after this region, which was part of what was then
England. Ew. We don't like England and Ireland, guys. Boo. But for some reason, people in England love Irish people. You know what I mean? It's like that whole thing of like, you know, persecution. You know what I mean? Probably feel guilty about 800 years of persecution, but hey, you know, we'll take it. Alright, guys, a lot of shitty ads here, but yeah, you guys will take it. You know what I mean? England compared to Ireland, it goes like this, guys. Ireland, North America, and then, you know, England's down here, like, so it's kind of, we don't like seeing them. Let's get it, guys.
Called the New World, was officially discovered by Italian explorer Christopher Columbus. In the centuries that followed, European settlers would arrive in droves, with many of the first expeditions arriving from Spain, but later from France, Germany, Holland, Scotland, and England, among other European nations claiming some slice of the American pie. Today, many US citizens have European ancestry.
Everyone here is European, guys. Like, everyone here speaks French. It's so weird. I just don't even register.
While not necessarily sharing much in common with their long-lost kin. Thomas Jefferson may have once famously written in the Declaration of Independence that all men are created equal, but we thought it would be fun to see how equal, in some respects at least, the modern US citizen is now with the modern EU citizen in this episode of the infographic show, The Average American versus the Average European.
This is gonna be good for a laugh, guys. I swear to God. I bet some of this shit is just outrageous.
Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so that you can be part of our notification squad.
Subscribe,
First of
guys.
all, to give us some idea of how much European there is flowing through the American bloodstream, let's take a look at America's largest European ancestry groups. According to the Census Bureau, approximately 49 million Americans said they had German ancestry, 36 million Irish ancestry, 27 million English ancestry, 18 million Italian ancestry, 10 million Polish ancestry, 9 million French, 6 million Scottish, 5 million Scotch-Irish, 5 million Dutch, 4 million Swedish, and 3 million Russian. Other large groups include Welsh, Czech, Hungarian, Portuguese, Danish, and Greek, while many people were also described as mixed ancestry.
I'm mixed.
With this Euro connection in mind, how much does the average American have in common with the average EU citizen? Let's start with some basics.
Probably nothing,
The
in my
median
opinion.
age, meaning that half the population is younger and half the population is older, is 42.7 in the EU and 37.9 in the US. Life expectancy in the EU is 82.4 years for women and 76.6 years for men. American women on average will live to 81.94 years, and American men 77.11.
American men live longer than European men. Jeez, I don't know about that. Like, that seems not... Just judging off the amount of health issues, guys. Obviously, guys, I love, like, health and nutrition. You know what I mean? I'm big on the carnivore diet. Like, people here in Canada, I'm going to say North America, guys, are not healthy. Like, people here just... It's like a different level. Everyone... A lot of people are morbidly obese, and not to make a joke out of it, it's a very serious issue, guys. It kills a lot of people. You know what I mean? I'm actually, you know, here on that related issue, so it's not a thing to laugh at, guys. People, I don't know how they live longer. Probably because they're a richer country here in in Canada, North America. So probably because it's just if you want to live the longest, guys, just move to a rich country. That's basically how you live the longest, you know.
When it comes to making babies, American women are slightly more active, with the average number of births per woman being 1.84, and European women giving birth to an average of 1.58 children. Just to clarify here, this doesn't mean women are miraculously bearing partial 0.58 humans, rather it's just an average taken from the female population and the number of births. Let's now look at some physical attributes.
Oh, here we
The
go.
average height for an American man is 5 foot 9.5 inches, while collective data for the entire EU is hard to come by.
Yeah,
Europe, however,
because Netherlands would skew that. Everyone in the Netherlands is like 6'2", guys. It's crazy.
has some of the tallest people in the world,
Told ya.
with the Dutch coming in at an average height of 6 feet for men. Dutch women are also at the top with an average height of nearly 5 foot 7 inches, whereas American women on average are 5 foot 4 inches tall.
People here in Canada and America, guys, they're not as tall as Ireland. A lot more tall people in Ireland. Just off Ireland, like way taller people.
In fact, most member countries of the EU have a greater average height than that of Americans. That cannot be said about body weight, with America regularly coming in the top 5 countries in the world for average weight. The average male in the US weighs 194.7 pounds, and the
That's actually pretty 100. The average person is 194 pounds. That's nearly 200 pounds. 200 pounds, guys, is like a large individual. That means like you're pretty freaking either jacked or there's something about you, you know, you're tall or something. 200 pounds is huge, guys. 90 kilos, like if you're lean, that's huge. But obviously, people in America and Canada, not lean.
average female 165 pounds. The UK has the heaviest people in Europe at 185 pounds for men and 152 pounds
Yeah,
for
we're
women.
nowhere even
This is about the
close, guys.
same as the land of giants, Holland,
We ain't
even though the
even close.
average UK nationals are much shorter. Now that we've looked at mortality and the body, let's delve into money matters.
Here we go.
Americans are generally thought to be a hardworking bunch of people, culturally ambitious, and with a penchant for wanting to come first. This might be reflected by the fact that the USA has the most billionaires in the entire world at 565, one of whom, Microsoft's co-founder Bill Gates, being the richest of them all with a fortune of around $87 billion. By comparison,
So Elon Musk just crossed he just crossed as the first person ever to get 300 billion, I think.
the EU is home to 489 billionaires, with the richest being Spanish business magnate Amancio
We have a lot of
Ortega,
billionaires in
who
Europe,
is
too.
worth around $85.8 billion.
I didn't know that.
But what
That's
about
crazy.
the average Joe among us? According to polls,
Yeah,
the
this-
median gross wage for workers in the US per household was $43,585 per year, which is the 6th highest in the world. The highest median gross wage in the world per household was Luxembourg at $52,493 per year, with 2 other EU nations also above the US in Sweden and Denmark.
So in terms of just the money, guys, probably yeah, we probably earn even maybe more than Europe. But guys, I just implore you guys, come to Canada, come to America, and actually see what, you know, the average person lives. And I'm not talking about just like the slums and shit. And you know, I know everyone's, oh, well, what about the slums in America? Guys, that's pretty disingenuous to just suggest that people in America are poor. Now I know that everyone, you know, there's a misconception in Europe. We think that everyone in America is rich. That's definitely not the case. But just the standard of living, guys, here in Canada, we don't live in a nice place, or my girl, just a regular place. Every single person has pools. Everyone has freaking massive cars, and this is just average people, guys. They're not like, you know, the average person in Ireland. Oh, bro, Trust me, guys, just come here. I'm telling you, the standard of living. I think people make like a joke like, oh yeah, it's shit here and stuff because they have a lot crazier stuff like going on. They have like guns and all this crazy stuff, and people actually get murdered. Actually, funnily enough, someone like got shot up like in the city a few days ago. That's just crazy, guys. There's actually a lot of violence and stuff. But in terms of the living standard, oh man, in my opinion, it's not even close, guys. People live here like kings. It's just, bro, it's just a different level. Like, it's just a different level, guys, in my opinion. And the houses are freaking massive. It's just outrageous. And just for regular people, it's not like these people don't earn much. Like, it's just crazy, guys.
In terms of income tax paid, the US is below many EU member countries. The average income tax paid in the US is 22.7% of earnings, with the highest country in the world being EU member Belgium at a whopping 42.8%.
Oh,
how does this affect the quality of life? Standard of living is a difficult thing to judge, and wherever you look, lists will differ.
Bro, this is just cap, man. I don't know why people say that, like, standard of living. Like, if you get rich in Ireland compared to rich here, oh, man. Yeah, okay. Keep saying it's better in Ireland, guys. It's just delusional, guys. It's just dumb as fuck. Actually, a study came out very recently, guys. You can just Google this. That said that in Ireland, rich people are leaving because they don't have anything to spend their money on. They actually don't like it because there's not enough stuff to spend their money on, like fun shit or whatever. Or like, whatever. It's just either too expensive or just not enough stuff. Google it, guys. The study came out last year. No, it's just cap. People say that for some reason in Ireland and Europe, oh, it's way better here. I don't know why. It's just like a patriotic thing, but they're being disingenuous, guys. I guarantee you, come here and you'll see. It's just, it's ridiculous.
For example, the USA's gross national income, the spending power of the individual, is only behind the EU country of Luxembourg. Standard of living is another matter. Again, lists differ, but almost always the best standard of living top 10 countries is dominated by EU countries and other European nations, with Canada, New Zealand, and Australia also.
Okay, so I'm in Canada, so that could skew it a little bit, guys. That could actually skew it a little. That's pretty funny, actually. So actually, it could be different in Canada, guys. Matter of fact, because America's so vast, it's like so massive. It's kind of like China, right? There's a lot of, actually that's not a good example because there's not a lot of difference in China. It's more communist, but America, like, it's so vast. There's so many different places. It's really hard to determine. But Canada is like, there's only 3 or 4 big cities, so I get that, guys. I actually understand that Canada probably has a higher standard of living on paper, than America, right? Because America, like, you can go to the slums, or you can go to some amazing, like, friggin', whatever. Think about a massive hotel or some cities or whatever, like penthouse suites in LA or some shit like that, guys. So there's a big disparity, but just like on average person, man, it's hard to say that Canada isn't better than Europe. But that's just me, guys. I don't know. Leave in the comments down below what you guys think. If you guys have visited both, if you guys have visited Australia, is it better than Europe? And it's hard to tell, guys. It's hard to tell.
Also in the running. EU countries also ranked highly on the World Happiness Report 2017, with 5 EU member states being in front of 14th placed America. Many of these countries also rank highly regarding a very expensive cost of living, which may seem confusing given they are reportedly so happy. Some factors may help explain this. The highest healthcare costs...
Yeah, so the guy that's obviously making this, guys, you can see there's a bit of a... There is going to be a bit of a bias, guys. Like, the guy that makes the infographic show, there's going to be a bit of bias, like whether he's American or British, whatever, but, he's saying that the highest healthcare in the world is America, so that's why a lot of people maybe don't like it, but it's like, most of the time if you just have a regular job, like, you're going to be covered by healthcare. Like, loads of people in Canada are covered by, like, healthcare. It's really hard, guys. It is hard to say because, I think back, not think back, I've only been here a week. I think about, like, Ireland and shit, and, like, when I go home now in a few weeks, is it better, guys? It's really hard to determine, it's kind of just, like, different things.
Go to, you guessed it, the United States. Americans also work very hard for a highly developed country. It's stated that the USA is in 13th place in terms of working the most hours, and while some EU members are above the US, there are poorer EU members that rank low on standard of living and happiness indexes. Taking paid annual leave into account, the EU states by law that each worker should have at least 4 weeks of paid vacation, while there is no such law in the US and the decision is left to the employer.
Yeah,
the average is around 10 days per year in the US, far lower than in the EU.
That kinda
The average
sucks,
paid
yeah.
vacation time in the US after 20 years service at one company is 20 days. Many
That
EU
sucks.
countries also have more or the same public holidays as Americans enjoy. The US is also a fairly expensive place to receive a university education, with a report in 2015
Yeah.
stating that the average student debt in America was $29,000.
Yeah, that sucks, guys. That's one thing here in Canada and America. This is why I just don't get how people do not go to college in Europe, like, because they don't understand the benefit of it, right? So, like, it's actually free in Ireland. Like, for like most people, I think your parents have to earn over a certain amount, but it's like if your parents just have regular jobs, you're gonna qualify for free college, guys. Matter of fact, some places, I think Scotland pays you to go to college, or Netherlands pays you to go to college. So that's really good, guys. That, I mean, 30,000 average student debt is shit, but a lot of people in America also get scholarships, so they get scholarships to play American football, stuff like that, guys. So, if you're like, physically talented or mentally capable, then chances are you'll get a scholarship, which is kind of cool too. And there's a lot of scholarships in America, like you can get like a cheerleading scholarship, you can get all these like bullshit scholarships, underwater basket weaving scholarship, you can get all these different types of stuff. So there is a give and take, like.
Still, this was much lower than England, whose students will owe almost double that amount after graduation. EU countries such as France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Belgium, and the Czech Republic have very small tuition fees.
The average student debt in the UK is £56,000 pound. That's not good, guys.
While in Denmark, Sweden, and Finland, university is free.
Yeah,
The US,
free,
however, has a lower household debt to
Pretty
GDP
much,
than
right.
many Euro nations, including big borrowers Denmark, the Netherlands, Britain, and Sweden. A 2017 report puts the USA in 10th place for household debt to GDP. So, what do these countries get for their money? Well, Americans enjoy living in much bigger houses on average than any country in the EU, with the average house size being around 2,000 square feet, second only to Australia, according to a 2015 report. Denmark has the biggest houses in the EU at around an average of 1,500 square feet per house.
This is where it starts. Everything is like slightly made out, guys. Come here and you'll see the difference. It's absurd, guys. It's like, bro, my mind is blown. I went to Costco last year. I was like, bro, we don't even have this. Like, this, it's just like everything is just massive here. It's crazy. The way he says things on this is very the biggest house size in Denmark compared to the house size, but then it's like the most expensive, and it's always the most to the least, for America. So it's kind of bullshit, guys. Trust me, like everyone I've spoken to here that they have big businesses in Europe, how they talk about America and Canada compared to Europe, it's just different level.
While the UK is only around 800 square feet on average.
Yeah, 800.
Americans also have more motor vehicles per person, being the third biggest vehicle owners in the world, according to a 2014 report. With 797 vehicles per 1,000
Their cars
people,
are massive.
excluding two-wheelers,
Massive,
only
crazy.
Luxembourg comes close to the US, and most EU countries are far behind. Where else does the money go? Well, quite a lot on entertaining oneself. Whether drowning tears or living la vida loca, a lot of money earned is spent on alcohol. The Europeans are easily the world's most formidable drinkers, with Eastern Europe topping the charts of alcohol consumption per capita in the world, and almost all EU countries drinking more than the USA, except for Italy and Sweden. Eastern Europe is also the cheapest place to drink, with Slovakia and the Czech Republic selling beers at an average of $1.50 from bar to supermarket.
Bro, shout out Slovakia and Czech Republic. That's where half my family is from. That's actually funny. It's so cheap to buy beers there, guys. It's so cheap. I think I paid like 50 cents for a beer when I was over this summer. Like crazy, guys. 50
With Slovakia and the Czech Republic selling beers at an average of $1.50 from bar to supermarket, compared to a US
Wow.
average of more than double that. Finally, let's talk about love. In
There
many
we go.
EU countries, marriage rates have fallen dramatically, but this has to some extent become a global phenomenon. The average age of men and women in the US getting married is 29 and 27 respectively, which is considerably lower than just about all countries in the EU, whose couples often wait until well after 30. In the US in 2015, a report states that 6.8 per 1,000 people tied the knot, which was considerably higher than most European countries, with the EU average at 4.5 in 2015. The divorce rate that year in the EU was 2.0, almost half of the marriage rate. The US had a similar rate of marriage to divorce at 3.6. If not marrying, people haven't stopped sleeping with each other, but the Europeans, according to a survey by Durex, are doing it a lot more. The survey stated that the most sexually satisfied countries in the EU were Spain, Italy, Greece, the Netherlands, and Germany, with the USA data showing a low rate of satisfaction compared to most EU countries.
It was because everyone here is just like friggin' massive and overweight, they can't have sex, guys. It's outrageous.
For first-timers, only the EU countries of Britain, Austria, Germany, and Czech Republic have a younger age in which people lose their virginity, with the USA being a fraction higher than those countries at age 18.4. On the topic of love, we come to the end of today's comparison. If you enjoyed it, be sure to...
Alright guys, so what do you guys think, man? Leave in the comments down below if you guys have been to different countries. Maybe you guys have been to the Middle East. Maybe you guys have been to America, Canada, whatever. Europe, Ireland, obviously, where I'm from. Not to keep repeating that. But yeah, leave in the comments down below what you guys think, guys. What is the differences between us? Love you guys all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.